guys, so today I'd like to talk about Skyrim Kharjo specifically. In the beginning, I never considered having a follower because I play video games to be alone. However, after 2 years IRL of playing the game, I guess I got a bit lonely. So at first I thought, hey, let's get a horse and get attached to it. Bad idea, don't do that. So, I tried having Lydia for a while, which was probably the worst option for a person of my standing in social events. She annoyed the crap out of me. Her dialogue was stale, she forced herself upon me, she complained about everything, and she was bad in combat. What other reason do you need to not want Lydia as a companion character? Then I found a caravan, which had 2 gardens in it. And I talked to one named Kharjo, and he told me that he needed his moon amulet back. I get the moon amulet, I do the thing, bada bing bada boom. So I decided, why not take him for a bit of adventure for a little bit? That is totally not what I was thinking at the time, but I'm just gonna go with that because I don't have any logical explanation as to why I wanted a follower, especially if it was Khajiit named Kharjo. Let me just put something up front right now. We were in a city, and we were just walking along, when suddenly Kharjo freaks out and does this for no reason.
We're actually fighting.
No, we're not. Literally, no one is. Jesus Christ! Dude!
Why? So one reason that Kharjo stayed with me for more than 2 hours of gameplay is because he didn't talk a lot. The reason I hated Lydia the most was because she talked too much. But Kharjo didn't say a word to me unless I went up to him and I asked him something. Like, hey, can you carry this for me? Or, hey, what did you do with the caravan? Then he'd say something. Otherwise, he didn't make a sound. And I'm pretty sure that he's programmed to do this because this has happened in both copies of Skyrim that I've owned. So I read on Wiki all the things that he is supposed to say whenever you do something. He didn't do it. We found a cave, he remained silent. We found a Dwemer ruin, he remained silent. We're in a dungeon and he may sniffle occasionally, smelling the dead bodies or trying to get high off of moon sugar. I don't know, because he's always behind me, unlike Lydia, who always tries to force herself in front of me. He just never talked. I liked that. Until about 3 days of playing the game that he started saying a couple of things, but whatever he said was really weird. For instance, we just finished clearing a cave full of bears, all the bears were dead, all the traps were set. We were walking back, I was about to walk out when suddenly Kharjo starts yelling, ah, help me, help me. So I turn around, he's just staring at a dead bear. And I'm not sure if he's hallucinating or if he got high off of moon sugar or something happened. I walk up to him and he's fine. He screamed for no reason. I thought that it was just a glitch, a one-time thing. Little did I know, that was the beginning of my problem. My serious problem. So after about 2 weeks in real life of me playing Skyrim with Kharjo as my follower, he started warming up to me. He started saying things, he started being triggered to use words. He did it gradually. He didn't say everything all at once. It was just a little thing here and a little thing there. Less is more, and now that I've been playing with him for quite some time and he's gotten so comfortable with me, I guess, that he's saying things that aren't even mentioned on the Skyrim wiki. Like, we were in this scary dungeon and he'd be behind me humming to himself. Did you know that he could do this? Because I didn't, but he does it all the time. I turn around, I'm like, dude, stop singing, you're gonna give away our position. Kharjo is also really impressive in combat. I heard that he levels up to level 30, and I read on the wiki that when you first get him, he's a really low level, so he'd usually run away when you're fighting dragons or vampires or some big awesome enemy. So it was about 5 hours in-game after I got him that a dragon came up on us, and it wasn't just a dragon, it was a blood dragon, so, you know, a bit stronger. But he actually stayed with me. He stuck to arrows and he stood back a little bit, but the blood dragon just had that little sliver left where you're sure that if you hold the power button, then you're gonna get one of those really cool kill cam shots, and I'd kind of been waiting to do that, but it wasn't me on the kill cam, it was Kharjo. Kharjo got on top of the dragon's head and did that critical shot where he hacks its head off with the sword. And I also didn't know that your followers had their own kill cam. I'm starting to think that Kharjo is just this big glitch that Bethesda made to make people question why they don't have followers. But he's usually okay with me hitting him. Like, I was on a Dark Brotherhood mission, I had magical poison on my arrow, I was aiming for this guy, and Kharjo was standing in front. I'm trying to tilt it above his shoulder because I'm in that perfect little area, and I accidentally hit Kharjo in the shoulder, and he doesn't say a thing, but I know it hit him because I see it sticking out of his shoulder, and he's glowing blue because it had magical poison on it. I get up, I'm like, dude, are you okay? He's just, you gonna kill this guy now? Because if you won't, I will. I wouldn't say that I fell in love with Kharjo right away, but after a while, I might have gotten pretty close. If he didn't do some pretty crazy, insane stuff. For instance, remember that clip that I showed you at the beginning of the video?
Literally no one is Jesus Christ!
Yeah, that one. Well, that wasn't a one-time deal. He would suddenly draw his weapon and he'd be shooting at goats outside of Newark Stronghold, and they would be registered as enemies on my compass. Why does he do these things? And there was another time that I was in Solitude and I decided to play tag with the kids in Solitude because, you know, hey, they're all cute, and then they were registered as enemies on my compass. Oh, isn't that cute? Until Kharjo draws his weapon and frickin' stabs one of them. I'd be on an assassination mission from the Dark Brotherhood. I'd kill the target, and instead of Kharjo being like, okay, you killed the target, let's go, he would massacre the entire hold or village or wherever. And cost me so much money. We were in Whiterun. I told him to wait somewhere. I was doing a Dark Brotherhood Assassin's mission. I shot someone, I got caught, the guards were activated to attack me, then Kharjo was activated to stop waiting and defend me, so he starts fighting guards. I sheath my weapon, I pay the fine, I go back out, and Kharjo is still fighting with the guards. So he kills like 2 more people, so I have to pay another fine, and then Kharjo is finally just acting normal, I guess, standing in the corner staring at the wall waiting like I told him to. Then I activate him, he's like, you ready to get going? I'm like, stop costing me money. I doubt that Bethesda would engineer him to do this, but he does it anyway, cause he's crazy. And the time I was in Riverwood, he killed 3 people. I talked to a guard, he said something about the Dawn Guard DLC, then we moved to Whiterun, and I was only fined 50 gold for my cat killing 3 people. Kharjo and I cleared a cave with spriggans and bears and that kind of thing in it. There was this one bear that we met. He saw us, and he was attacking me, but then he saw Kharjo, and Kharjo stared at the bear, and the bear stared at Kharjo, and they didn't attack each other for quite some time, and I thought that they were coming to an agreement about something before Kharjo finally lost it and slaughtered the bear. I don't know what that was all about. We were in a dungeon full of vampires, and the room was clear, and no enemy had detected us because the next enemy was a couple rooms over. So I was on the Arcane Enchanter when I see out of the corner of the screen one of the vampire conjurers that we killed rising up off the ground. So I stop enchanting, I kill it, and I look. Kharjo had opened 2 doors by himself and gone ahead, activated the coffin with the ancient vampire, and then come back to me so that we could fight it. Okay, first of all, wait for me. Second of all, you might have gotten yourself killed, but I don't think I would have cared because you brought that upon yourself. But you know what? I didn't dismiss him because he travels with a caravan. He's hard to find. There was this mercenary thug guy that we found in the mountains staring at Corundum or. He was just standing there, staring at it. I tried talking to him because maybe he was hired to kill me. I just don't know. So I talked to him, but I can't because it says, this person is busy. I just turned to Kharjo and I'm like, let's just kill him. Oh yeah, I give him all that Daedric stuff that catches people on fire. He likes catching people on fire. Another time when I realized that Kharjo was okay with getting hit in battle, I was testing out J'zargo's special scrolls. You know how you have a cloak of fire and then the scrolls explode? Well, Kharjo was standing next to me when it exploded. He didn't die, but he just kind of looked at me and he said, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I'm just testing out these scrolls. I told you to stay back. Kind of ironic because I ran into Maniac the liar, you know, that traveling Khajiit who tells you a bunch of crap. And he said, Maniac hears that it's dangerous to be your friend. Another reason I think that Kharjo is broken is because he has weird facial expressions. I'd be walking along, I'd look back at him, his ears are up, his eyes are really wide, and his mouth is hanging open slightly. He's not talking or anything, he's just kind of walking around with that silly expression on his face, and I'm thinking, did you do something to yourself? He looks kind of like my cat when my cat licks catnip off the carpet. I honestly think that I just have the wrong cat. Because all the girls online, they're like, oh, Kharjo, he's so dreamy, I love him so much. And I'm like, Kharjo kills people at random for no reason. Am I the only one that has this problem? I do like him. Why does he do these things?